Hey everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. So I am happy to be able to show you my craft room cleaned since yesterday. If you did not see yesterday's video about the disaster my room was in, you might want to go watch that first and then come see the update. So I got a lot accomplished, and when my sweet boys came home from school, they helped me out for almost an hour, so we got the rest of it done. I mean, there's always more to organize, always more to do, but I feel like I can finally work. So I'm going to quickly show you what I did, and then we're going to go to the back room, and I'm going to show you some new journals that have been added to the shop. All right, I'm going to flip you around now. If you remember from yesterday, I have this old chest freezer that I do keep in here. It's a little worse for wear, but it works. Beautiful quilt that my husband's aunt made for us on the wall. Then over here, so I used to have ink pads and pens up here. I moved the ink pads to my back room, and I'll show you where the pens are in a minute. This is from Hobby Lobby. I love this thing. And it was in front of where I was working so that I could grab, this is my ephemera holders and folders collection right here. And so I could grab that when I was working, but it did make my workspace a lot less. And so this way I can just, grab the one I want, and I'll show you my project cart in a minute. And then here, they're like buttons, bulb pins, paper clips, things like that. Up here's some beads, extra paper clips, extra ephemera, and just extra, there's some decorative scissors and some ink pads that I'm currently working with and stuff like that. And then over where I used to craft, this is what it looks like now. I'm still going to craft in the same corner. My project cart is here, and this is where it was before, but it wasn't a project cart. It just had extra stuff, extra stuff. So I'll show you this first. On the top is the main things I should need for journaling. I have my current sprays and things that I'm using, some scissors, glue, ink daubers, journal idea book, my punches and hole punchers and staplers, and tear rulers. And then as we come down to the second one here, Yvette made me these beautiful tassels. Right now they're decoration because they're just so pretty. I moved my magnetic strip here for my little pliers, my stainless steel ruler, little scissors. And then this middle one, this is where I'm keeping my, well, y'all, if I keep bumping everything, we're not going to get anywhere. This is where I'm keeping the current project. So I am working on a set of 2 journals called Sugar and Spice. They're coffee and tea themed. And so I can keep everything in there. And that way I can roll this cart to whatever table or surface I want to work on. And then in the bottom, this will probably evolve. But for right now, I have my antiquarian sticker book in the back because I'm trying to use that up. And I love that thing. And then I have like twine for binding, and then I have some rubber stamps that I've chosen from my collection that I'm working through, so that's great. On the floor, which still needs to be vacuumed back here in the corner, but I do have like a jelly plate, mini trimmer, scoreboard, Tim Holtz stamp platform too that I can grab. It's still kind of a mess underneath that I'm going to leave it for now. I'll still show you. It hasn't changed. I've got piles here, and I'm kind of okay with it. I would like to go through that and like whittle it down, but that's going to be a lot more work and time. I have a trash can, of course, and I did decide to keep this 3-tower thing to my left. So if I'm sitting here at the desk, it's down here to the left because I grab from, I have paper scraps, fabric scraps, well, thin paper scraps, like for making paper ribbons or doing paper strip collage. Or clusters. And then I have fabric in the middle and bigger scrap paper in the bottom. And then my cookie sheets on top of that for doing my hand-dyed papers. They slip right there. But my workspace, now I have more light because I had pretty much blocked both my windows. I have too pretty of a view here in Tennessee to block those windows. Sorry if I get if my arms are shaky. My workout at the gym today was insane. and my coach wouldn't let me stop until I finished all of it. And oh my gosh, my arms are like shake, shake, shake with all the push-ups, pull-ups, and everything else that I did. So if I get muscle spasms, that's why. So here, this is just a Sam's Club or Costco type table. It's an 8-foot, but this side I have like a clear mat here and my Tim Holtz media mat. Just kind of helps protect the table a little bit. I did hang my glue gun up here to save some space. I put a light in the corner to help illuminate it. And then for now, I'm going to see if this works. My Gemini Go Junior, which I love, I put here. Hopefully I'll use it more. And then I have my dies, which I had organized pretty well, which I think they're backwards right now. Should go the other way. And then embossing folders so that I can actually use those more. I moved my sewing machine, and some people have asked me what I have. I have the Singer Quantum Stylist Touch. I like it, but honestly, when I get a new one, I'm probably just going to get a little bit simpler one. But I moved that here. We'll see if I like it there. And then if I keep going, I have my Toto for bigger die cutting, and it also has like a hot foil plate. My Scan and Cut. I have a Silhouette as well. I don't use those a lot. I need to use them more. And then I've got a few things in the back there as well. This whole thing, so most of the stuff in here is scraps or like extra supplies and stuff. And then most of this stayed relatively the same. I still want to work on, like I have too many cereal boxes poking out right there, but I probably just need to cut them down into covers or find a space for them in the back room. I ran out of time and energy, but this is pretty much like my printer papers and extra papers, like ones I've already dyed and stuff like that. I've got some Project Life cards, ink for my printer, beads. There's the black folder is stamps. That blue thing is stamps. And I'll show you some more stamps in a minute. So, okay. If I'm working here, right, and I turn, I put this desk, I moved my computer here. And that's kind of where I do my computer work. And then the black table, I scooted closer. Just have a little thing on here. It's a print order I'm working on. And then I've got all this space for laying stuff out. And the other side, so this is the table, and I put the computer in the middle, and I made this space on the side. You can see well-loved furniture. This is where my boys can sit when they help me work, and they have a clear place. I want to keep this clear, so if I give them a project to work on, they love helping me, they can sit here and work. I have my big laser printer down there. Back up to here, this is all stamps, and the top drawer is stamps. And then all of these bottom drawers, I love this. I got it from Michael's. All of these bottom drawers are mixed media stuff. And then this down here is stencils in there. And turn, living room's that way. So the kitchen island actually has these built in on my craft room side. So it's pretty much the same. The only thing I changed up is I moved this pink one was already there with markers. I moved this with extra scissors and tape and stuff. And then this was already here, but I consolidated so I could fit my extra paintbrushes and pens and markers here. And then everything down here is still the same. So I'm going to try to back up and give you a better view of maybe the whole thing. Okay. I mean, it's not, guys, I don't have one of those pretty craft rooms. Mine's just like, ooh, I find this piece at Goodwill. Oh, you don't want that table anymore? I'll take it. Like my mother-in-law gave me both of these tables. This I got from a friend. This is Goodwill. So it's just whatever I have, you know. That bookshelf back there I got from Goodwill. So that's kind of what it looks like. If you can kind of see, but look, I get so much more space. So the laundry pile that was here yesterday, I moved to the back room because I was so tired and sick of looking at it. Hopefully I don't have to move it back out here. The only reason I'd have to move it back out here is if I just never do laundry because it's out of sight, out of mind. All right, come with me to the back room. I'm not going to do a show and tell of that today. It's kind of crammed in there. We're just going to look at some beautiful journals that have been added to the shop. So come with me. All right, so here we are in the back room. I have 3 journals from Phyllis and 1 from Marcy. And if you've watched me for a while, the names probably sound familiar. I have sold their journals before. They are beautiful as always. So I'm so excited to show you. These are for sale. My website is nevermorecreations17.com, and free shipping to the United States, exact shipping worldwide. I've also put most of the other journals on sale in my shop, so you might want to check that out too. Grab an extra journal while you're at it, while it's discounted. So this is the first one from Phyllis. I love the red. It's so pretty. I have paper, trim. This is fabric. Look at this beautiful tassel. It looks like 2 signatures. Metal book corners. So there's just special touches. And let's learn something about it. If my arms work, like I said, I worked out today. Oh, it's called It's the Little Things. So she's used some of my digitals, Daily Life, Stained Lace, and Country Piece. You can get these in my shop either as digitals or prints. She's also used avocado dyed paper and a Bow Bunny paper pad called Garden Grove. I love Bow Bunny. So I used to get that at Tuesday Morning back when they still had a bunch of goodies. Okay. So I wasn't going to say anything, but I might just mention it and see what you guys think. So the Playtime Naturalist, that's what sparked it. The Playtime Naturalist is one of my paper packs or kits. And it was based on this book called The Playtime Naturalist from 1889. And I've noticed in my escapades through the public domain that there are so many beautiful books that are lost to us. The wording, the speech, the beauty of it, they're lost to us. So I'm strongly considering doing a podcast for you all where I read these books. I do have training in speech and reading and dramatic reading and all of that. I've had many college classes on that and all of that. And it just kind of brings together everything I love. They would all be from the public domain. And pretty much it would just be listening material for while you're crafting or doing whatever else. But I'm doing it specifically in mind for when you're crafting, and you can't always watch something. You might just want to listen. And I thought if we listened to some of these books that we are using in our journals and in our crafts, it might give us a lot of inspiration. So let me know if you think that is a good idea or a not so good idea. Would you listen to a podcast like that? So I am doing the beginning research stages of that, and I'll let you know how that progresses, especially if there's a lot of interest in that. So if you could comment below about your thoughts or feelings on that, I would love it. So this is also the Playtime Naturalist. I just think it would be beautiful to read this book and kind of bring it back from the dead, not just digitally, but to our hearts and our souls and our ears as well. Look at how beautiful. I love all these butterflies in here. It just goes so well. There's more of the Playtime Naturalist. And that would be the first book that I would start the podcast out with. And I'm thinking of just breaking them into maybe chapters, something like that, so that you don't have a huge long podcast you can't listen to at one time. But again, I'm still in the beginning stages of trying to figure that out. Look at how cute. Little wood dangle. I love the colors in here. This is Ink Saver Bouquet script. You can see that she printed on gray parchment paper, but you can print it on any color. That's the idea of an Ink Saver digital. Little tassels. So pretty. Just living is not enough, said the butterfly. One must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower. And then this is from I want to say Butterflies in Flight. It's one of my butterfly kits that I did with Lonnie. Gorgeous. Let's add a little bit of yellow into our life here. Look at the cute little butterfly, gray butterfly tassel, and the gorgeous binding with buttons. So we have, it looks like not an altered book, but a recycled book cover. fabric on the spine, lace for the closure, and I adore the simplicity of this cover with the pretty florals and the die cut. And then that really makes this binding the star of the show. And this journal is called Live in the Moment. She used Playtime Naturalist again, as well as Ink Saver Morris, and some more Bow Bunny. Awesome. Loving your aesthetic. This is Daily Life. So pretty. I just love how you're putting all the florals together. This is Stained Lace, Daily Life. Look at the little yellow kind of ruffly ribbon on the edges here. So pretty. We've got flowers and butterflies. This is from Daily Life, and this is label is from Wilhelmina. So she's doing a beautiful job of using my different digitals here and putting them together. Daily Life, Stained Lace, Wilhelmina. Some of my more popular digitals. Daily Life. Daily Life goes really well with some of the pages in Abandoned Beauty as well, because I used some of the same watercolor florals from Avalon Rose. So those would pair well together in a journal if you're considering which digitals to use next. Coffee dyed paper. Beautiful. I think that might be a stamp. This is a belly band. Daily Life, Wilhelmina. Stained Lace. One of my most popular ones and one of my favorite paper packs. Goes with about everything I do. How pretty. These are little tucks. Daily Life. So beautiful, Phyllis. So beautiful. Not going to try to tie that right now. My arms are barely wanting to flip the pages. So this says Hello Spring. How cute is that? Got pansy on the front here. Beautiful. 3 signatures. It's fabric covered. And this is called Hello Spring. And this is a challenge journal. So my challenges use specific digitals. You get extra commission for completing a challenge journal. And the current challenge that you should be creating for to send in, you can find all that information on my Facebook group. You can find that in the link below. Go to the featured section. It's all there. You can email me if you need to. That's below as well in the description box. But instead of 2 journals as the limit for challenges, we have 4 journals as the limit. So that might help you out. You can do as many regular journals as you want. So she used Lovely Luella, Pansy Ephemera, Morris Papers Ink Saver, Mega, it's not Megs, Mega Background Purple, and Vintage Wallpaper. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. This is Lovely Luella. Ink Saver Morris there. Vintage Wallpaper, stationery. I did this one with Lonnie. She did the pages, and then I created the envelopes. I don't know if she has the envelopes in here or not. Mega Background Pages I also did with Lonnie, and this is the purple one. We have them in all different colors, about any color you could imagine. We've got one. And if we don't have it in a color you want, please message me, and Lonnie and I will make sure that we get that color added for you. I love the inking on the edges that she's done with the Morris Ink Saver, white lace on the edges, very beautiful. And she's printed some of this Pansy Ephemera on like a silver paper. It's like kind of a metallic paper, so that's really beautiful the way it shimmers, and it kind of makes it like a subdued color. Very gorgeous. Another Vintage Wallpaper stationery there. Get those on my shop as well. If Lonnie and I work together on a digital, Lonnie gets part of every sale. I pay her part of every sale. So if I say, Lonnie and I did this, if you buy that, you're supporting her as well as me. You can see how they're metallic. That's really cool. That's from Pansy Ephemera, of course. This is beautiful. Morris Ink Saver. Pansy Ephemera. This is from the Mega Background Purple. You can get the color you need for, you know, we have yellow and green and teal and pink and red and blue and all of them. Gray and cream. We got them all. And then we're going to finish off with one journal from Marcy. And this is a big journal. Look at this beauty. It's huge. So we have kind of a stitched fabric cover. We have a beautiful image here, here, and here. Button. Got little dangle. 3 signatures. Just look at that beautiful stitching, the beautiful fabrics, and the lace is stitched on there. Gorgeous. It's called Old Fashioned Melodies. It is a challenge journal. And then she's used Music Blooms, Neutral Vintage Cut-Aparts, Mega Background Pages, which we were just talking about, Vintage Image Collection. I will say Vintage Image Collection has come back for the rest of the year. Every week I will be adding a new collection, a new folder to the already almost 300 folders there. And I've also reduced the price through April so you can get on board with that. It's right smack dab on the homepage, so don't miss it. You're not going to want to miss it. I've gorgeousness planned this year for that. So excited to be working on that again. So here's gorgeous Luella, or Lovely Luella, of course it's called. We've got little dangles. I love the big size, and she's done so well putting it together. Some giant journal cards and tags. Beautiful places for journaling. Lots of lovely crinkles. This is from Music Blooms. In fact, it's the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet. Normally we fold it in half like this, but it's beautiful what she did there. Got a harp. We have beaded dangles. This one has a key. Got a big tag pocket here where you can, oh, it's a big pocket and there's a giant tag in there. Oh, and that flips open. Wow. Gorgeous vintage. It's not a print, it's real. It's from Music Blooms. We have coffee dyed paper. This is gorgeous. I love having graph paper in journals. Vintage neutral cut-aparts. Some wide lines there. Little flip opens you could hide things behind. Tags and more tags. Lovely Luella, Music Blooms. Music Blooms, yeah. Lovely Luella. Neutral Vintage Cut-Aparts. Some book pages too. Here's another dangle with a different key on it. Cute. Love that. I'm in love with this journal. It's just perfect. Look at the stamping, the stenciling. I hope you can see the whole thing. I know it's huge and hard to get and frame. Love your collages. Another dangle with a button. More book pages. These are nice and thick. Pansy. These are both from Music Blooms. They're gorgeous in here. The belly band. In the middle, it's also glued down, so it's pretty much 2 belly bands, top and bottom, so they stay separate and don't kind of float all together. Edible and Poisonous Mushrooms. This is from Forest Gems, which is my mushroom kit. Music Blooms. Music Blooms. Lovely Luella. Oh, I love this. Got like 4 tuck spots, neutral vintage cut-aparts, Music blooms, a whole bunch of stuff. Lots of places to write. Another dangle with a button. Love the stenciling. Got a triple pocket here. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm pretty sure these pansies are from Vintage Image Club that I was telling you about. Got a little coffee dyed booklet in the back. Love using these things. And a little tuck there as well. Oh, this is Music Blooms. Isn't that gorgeous? This, I think she's enlarged. I love that. It came out really well too. The quality is good enlarged. You can really see the detail of the textures I used. Wow. How beautiful. Both of you ladies just gave us so much to think about. And I'm actually about to go craft a set of 2 journals. You know, I was telling you about sugar and spice, so I'm taking some of the inspiration here along with me as I go work on those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not. And please comment down below. Can't wait to see what you have to say.